We're at the nice stage where things are actually running around, making traffic. Got a bit of mismothering going on here. That's the actual mother there. He's going off for a wonder. Usually at night, this time of night, last thing at night, basically they all huddle up and bed down for the night. Like this one here is with its lambs. Every night she sleeps there. You know, they all kind of get into their night sleeping pattern, but it's nice that we're at the stage where lambs are sort of running around and looking very healthy, bounding with energy. This is one of the herdwicks. I've turned her upside down. It looks a bit uncomfortable, but this is an issue that happens in lambing. It's called a prolapse. Now, there isn't enough room essentially inside, so the pressure, especially if she's old ewe, so the back end gets a bit looser. The pressure starts getting a little bit less. So this is cold water, so it just helps with the kind of angriness of it all, as well as cleaning it. So it helps with the swelling, just to kind of, because if you're pushing it back in, but you ideally want this whole area nice and clean when you push it back in. Right, I'll need 2 hands, so I'll focus on this and update you. I just want to personally thank Sheep School this morning. Saved me with this rope method for prolapse. This is my first prolapse I've ever done. And I do have a spoon, but I've not used it in years. I've got easy cares, and these are some bought-in herdwicks just for this lambing. You know, this is an older girl, so probably her back end is a bit knackered and soft, whereas my sheep are quite young. So I've never had a prolapse before. First prolapse, and the spoon is somewhere buried at the bottom of the shed. I think I'll probably go dig it out now. But this rope method worked an absolute treat. Massive prolapse, and you know, it's all in now, being held by this. So excellent. So I'm just doing my rounds, going around the triplet field, checking the boundaries and stuff, and I've seen this hole and I spotted a little white thing, and really sadly, look what I've found inside it. So this girl had lost her lamb. I'd assume it was eaten. Very sad. Look at that, glorious. It's like something like the 10th of April or something. Look at that. Oilseed rape in the background, just coming into flower. And bees, the roar of bees flying in and out. Let's get going. This is exactly the mess that we're here to stop and prevent. It's only just started, so this is an easy cleanup. But this space which I've been using to feed them is quickly being filled with wax. So I knew this would be happening, so that's why I prioritized getting here today, because another week's time and this entire box would have been filled with their own patchwork. Beautiful, but a mess to clear out and time consuming. A bit late with this one, so we can see what's just going to get my smoker in case they get a bit angry. But if they built it right to the bottom, then it'll stand, otherwise it'll flop. Bit of a mixture. Right, we got the top off them. So there you go, that's what you get when you're too late lifting this, you know, reducing the space. Any space that this smoker needs topped up as well. Classic. Right, I'll put the phone down and get this guy sorted out. But you can see the beautiful kind of patchwork they've made. Amazing, really. So some good news here is that basically this ewe hasn't accepted these lambs, but the good news is that both lambs are actually feeding. So I don't need to do anything other than provide this ewe with feed and water, which she has. She needs some clean water. She keeps dirtying it with cake. There was a question. I had a visitor earlier and they were saying, what's happening to this sheep? These are easy cares. So this is what happens at this time of year, especially when you feed cake, is that their fur lifts. So this is just shedding. She's a shedding sheep, and unfortunately they do shed till they're like pink, you know. So some of them if you feed them a lot of cake, they just like their whole wool just lifts off them overnight. Same with this. Need some more straw in this pen, but you know, this lamb's getting fed, so all I need to do is make sure this ewe has food and water, you know, and job done. This is a sad issue. This mother, this is her own lamb, and they're very much happy together. But this little guy is getting nothing from her. She has no milk whatsoever. So she's gonna, you know, go into market. She's actually quite good condition, so she should fetch a good price. She's only 3 years old herself. She reared her first lambs last year, and that's it. So, you know, in terms of economics, well, she probably will pay because she'll fetch a good price at market. So she's probably been, you know, a good investment, but it's still pretty sad considering you'd hope to get another kind of 4 years out of her, really, 3 or 4. So we got some confirmation of what's made our lambing such a difficult lambing. Basically, it's tick-borne fever, which is a parasite that exists on apparently about 80% of ticks. So we've seen ticks on our sheep before, so we just thought that they would have, you know, they would have had it, but apparently not. So at the Haining, where our normal farm is, basically the ticks there must not have this parasite. But here at our new farm, where the sheep were moved in February, they must have slowly, you know, not like all at once, but one or two of them every so often have been getting affected by them, which has been causing abortion issues on and off. We gave all the sheep antibiotics when we had a first bout of quite a few. We had about 6 or 7 abortions, all them antibiotics, and it seemed to stop. But we got negative tests for all the common things. I actually did say, let's test for tick-borne fever, but apparently they didn't in the original batch of lambs. I dropped 3 or 4 off about 4 days ago and specifically asked them to test for tick-borne fever because a farm about 20 miles away has had a similar issue, and it's come back this afternoon as positive. And the vet's coming to visit tomorrow to have a look at what we need to do. Apparently it's going to be quite messy. I'm going to have to treat the lambs because the lambs aren't immune yet. So the lambs themselves, the newborn lambs, can apparently get the tick-borne fever too, which isn't so bad a thing. They just, you know, they're down for a few days, but you know, they will recover. But apparently the thing that's terrible about it is that their immune system is suppressed, and they've got 30% chance of getting joint ill, which is basically when the tick bites, it pushes bacteria in, which make the joints in the lamb, you know, become inflamed and infected, and that is actually quite an expensive thing. It's, you know, it's about 20 quid a lamb to treat with the right antibiotics. So and a faff, it pretty much ruins lambs for the season. So, you know, this is, you know, really devastational, but hopefully with the right support from the vet tomorrow we can actually you know, get everything going hunky-dory again. So I'm hoping you can see on camera, because I can definitely see, maybe if I zoom in, this girl has muscle tremor. This is the prolapse from yesterday, so we'll give her some calcium and see what that does. But she's definitely not right. She had more energy yesterday. Either that or she's maybe trying to lamb, I don't know. But let's give her some calcium and see what that does. There you go, just while I've been standing here. She's standing up and drinking. It's a great sign. She was lying down a moment ago, now she's standing up. So we're going to be electric fencing today, just because it's quite a big hill and there's quite a large space over the top of that hill. And a very large space. It goes through those trees, which you can't quite see, but through those trees to the other side is another kind of, I don't know, 2 acres or 3 acres. So if I put all of the lambed ones from this field in here, we'll just lose them. There's plenty to eat, so it means we can actually make a small field. We're probably going to just do a small field all the way here that you could see, and it just means that we can actually keep an eye on them. There's a bit of water in the corner there, so they won't run out. So that's probably what we'll do, and it just means that we can keep an eye on them, and they're not gonna, you know, we can basically, while we're checking the ewes that are lambing, we can just cast our eye and just see. That's the theory anyways. So we'll get cracking and see how we get on. So that's the electric fence done. This nice green section of hill goes all the way around. It might be 1.5 acres maybe. You know, that should hold them for, I reckon, a week at this time of year when the grass is trying to ramp on. And there's a good bite to eat. It's nice and green. You know, there's a bite to eat here, but it's definitely needing rested now, this, so it can green up. So it'd be good to clear these lambing fields slowly, one by one. The job now is to get anything that's not lambed off this paddock, because they all need treatment. The ones that have not lambed need antibiotics just to fight this tick fever. So I'm going to try and rather slowly just walk anything that's not lambed off the field. So this is all the unlambed non-triplets. Triplets are done, but we've got to do the veterinary treatment for this now. So we've got to do tick treatment for all the ewes, antibiotics for all the ewes, and hopefully that'll stop abortions from happening.
So we've got the mothers and the lambs separated here, and you give them mothers some spot on type of medicine, and so yeah, we're letting them out here. We're probably going to do some stuff with the lambs.
Good job done, Gideon. All the lambs treated for ticks, which means they can hopefully not get joint ill, which is apparently a problem from getting ticks. It's joint ill, which we don't want, which would ruin the lambs. We have seen ticks on the lambs too, so it's good we're doing them. Bah. 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 Taking my sheep for a walk. Bah. 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 There we go. There we go. Go on, guy. Go on. Go on, wee man. Follow mummy. There you go. Nice. Texel. Dutch texel on a herdwick. Forgotten the name of them then. I think they look like half sheep, half donkey. They're growing on me though. I think they look better than the half shed easy cares. Look like they're molting. Yeah, there we go. So these are all the aborted ones. I have had one twin of these, and they do all look empty. Looking at them, nothing bagging up. Yeah, so I think they are all empty. Maybe that one at the back might have something in it. But yeah, sadly